Everyone, the topic of our research paper is immersive simulations in social science and meta-analysis. This study critically examines the pedagogical efficacy and integration of immersive simulations within social science education. As digital technologies increasingly spread throughout educational environments, immersive simulation platforms offer promising avenues for enhancing experiential learning and developing essential skills such as language skills development, critical thinking, communication, collaboration, decision making, engagement, motivation, and problem solving. Despite extensive research on immersive technologies in STEM fields, their application within social science remains underexplored and fragmented. So this systematic literature review synthesized findings employing qualitative approach to categorize the types of immersive simulations, platforms and tools, their application in social science, benefits and challenges, and pedagogical outcomes. The main goal of this study is to conduct a systematic literature review on the use of immersive simulations within the field of social science. Our aim is to develop a comprehensive definition of what immersive simulation actually means in this context, explore its educational benefits and challenges, identify the tools and practices currently in use, and outline future research directions in this relatively underexplored area. So, what makes this study novel is its focused investigation into the use of immersive simulations specifically for social science, a field where such technologies are still emerging and often lack clarity or consistency in how they are applied. This review not only attempts to clarify the conceptual understanding of immersive simulation, but also aims to categorize the different types, evaluate their educational value, and highlight common challenges that educators and researchers face when implementing them. Additionally, we examine the platforms and tools being used, identify best practices, and finally propose directions for future research to help advance the integration of immersive simulations in social science education. So we included articles published in English or Russian covering empirical, conceptual, or review studies that specifically focus on immersive simulations. We looked at publications from 2014 to 2025, including key conceptual papers that shaped the field. Our focus was on studies using qualitative or mixed methods approaches, and we sourced our materials from Scopus, Web of Science, and reputable Kazakhstani journals. At the same time, we excluded certain types of studies. This included papers published in languages other than English or Russian, and any work not related to educational or pedagogical applications of immersive simulations. We also excluded paywalled articles where no full text was accessible, studies that used only quantitative methods without any qualitative insight, and purely theoretical works with no practical or empirical investigation. In total, we selected 35 articles that met all our criteria. These were then analyzed in detail to understand their methodologies, findings, and how they contribute to the use of immersive simulations in social science education. So, simulations in social science education are versatile tools used for language learning, professional training, and decision making. Scholars define them as role based learning environments, safe spaces for skills practice, goal oriented games, or models of real world systems. Their effectiveness relies heavily on immersion, which enhances engagement and learning. Beyond education, simulations also help analyze social dynamics and decision making, reflecting their broad relevance. So here, figure 1 illustrates the types of immersive simulations identified in social science education through analysis of pedagogical and linguistic literature, where immersive simulations divide into two types, virtual and traditional. Virtual simulations, as you can see, include game-based and case simulations, whereas traditional simulations include role-playing exercises, scenario-based discussions, case studies, problem solving, tasks, and experiential activities. We selected the most widely mentioned and used immersive simulation programs, splitting them up to their thematic focus and primary learning outcomes as follows: case simulations, game based simulations, and role plays, and scenario-based simulations. Categorization of immersive simulation tools in Table 1 corresponds closely with educational taxonomies that classify simulation types with their target learning outcomes. So here you are given different types of simulations like game-based, case-based, role-play, scenario-based simulations. And for example, this is my illustration of Mytopia. Mytopia is an extremely engaging gamified simulation for green city construction that engages students and school pupils in environmental issues impacting the planning of places for the future. Sea Road is a program. It's a game-based simulation that allows users to test and visualize the long-term impacts of climate strategies across distinct regional groups. Making tough choices is a case simulation that allows users to step into the shoes of an Alice family and experience the difficult decisions they have to endure every day. Deep Pockets is a platform with a set of role-play and scenario-based simulations that allow users to engage in realistic situations, like handling a tough conversation with a virtual manager, and receive feedback to prepare them for real-world challenges. En-ROADS is a global climate simulator that allows users to explore the impact that dozens of policies, such as electrifying transport, pricing carbon, and improving agricultural practices, have on hundreds of factors like energy prices, temperature, air quality, and sea level rise. Energy Island Game is a cross-curricular STEM education game-based simulation that explores various green energy sources like wind, solar, fossil fuel, and innovative green energy solutions. Each decision you make impacts the island's sustainability and your ability to keep everything running smoothly. Green Leaders is a game-based simulation to learn about environmental stewardship and to understand their role in promoting a sustainable future. Clean Start is a case-based simulation that allows players to experience the challenges of building a startup company in a demanding competitive environment, including financial, human resource, strategic, and other decisions. So Spent is a case simulation that offers users more than a discussion about poverty. They'll actually experience what life is like for someone trying to survive poverty on a day-to-day basis. Spent challenges users to choose between real life, equally agonizing alternatives. Food Security Quest is a case simulation focused on the food security topic, allowing the fictional character to navigate different decisions while trying to stay food secure. Knowledge Matters is a platform of a set of immersive case simulations for teaching marketing, business, sports management, and hotel management. And this is Survival Boat Simulator Lost at Sea, which is a team-building simulation to survive on a makeshift raft in the middle of the ocean by using resourcefulness and creative thinking to transform the raft into a thriving haven. This involves crafting items, using a grappling hook to gather drifting debris, and harnessing the resources the ocean provides to sustain yourself. AnyLogic is a software platform that offers scenario-based simulation modeling for various business systems and processes. And Duolingo is the most popular language learning app, as we all know, that allows learners to discover patterns on their own without needing to focus on language rules. Second Life has a set of scenario-based simulations to be a part of virtual communities and find your virtual friends. The literature review reveals benefits and challenges of simulation implementation into the educational process. Summarizing the benefits and challenges, the authors of the present article unite them in a consolidated table 2 in order to obtain a better comparative overview and further study the methods of applying simulations in the field of education and in particular in the social science. So Table 3 summarizes studies on simulations in social science education, demonstrating skills developed and key findings on the impact of different simulation types on student learning outcomes. So this table demonstrates that immersive simulations have a substantial positive impact on various educational outcomes in social sciences, with the highest effect observed in engagement and motivation, critical thinking, problem solving, and experiential learning, all fall within the large positive range, indicating strong benefits. So, additionally, improvements in collaboration, interpersonal communication, and language skills suggest that immersive simulations effectively enhance both cognitive and social skills, supporting their integration into pedagogical practices. Through further research is needed to confirm and refine these results. So here, final thoughts go. Results indicate that immersive simulations significantly enhance cognitive, communicative, and social skills and positively influence motivation and learner engagement. However, challenges such as high technological demands, insufficient theoretical grounding, methodological limitations, and teacher preparedness hinder widespread adoption. So the findings underscore the necessity for carefully designed curriculum integrated approaches supported by robust methodological frameworks and teacher training. This review contributes to the emerging discourse by proposing a comprehensive definition of immersive simulation tailored for social science, categorizing existing tools, and identifying best practices and future research directions. Ultimately, the study supports the strategies implementation of immersive technologies to optimize pedagogical outcomes and equip learners with skills vital for navigating complex social realities.